Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Star Wars Stuff Podcast. My name is David.
Craig 5 standing by.
I'm Mary.
And this is where you can hear all about Star Wars and our Star Wars adventures. Mary had quite a few adventures this weekend. We're going to cover that in fine, granular detail here coming up.
Oh, no.
But before we get started, let's thank all of our awesome top-tier Patreon members out there, starting with Liam McCallan, Kevin Leininger, Deb McCaffrey, Zach Netzel, Maya Morris, Adam Aber, Front Row King, Cam from Indiana, Mariana T. Arnold, Rest Jedi 27, Alex Blendell, Indiana Solo, and BC Doomit. Thank you so much for your awesome love and support. Also, of course, our sponsor here, LegionSabers.com. Get 15% off the website if you use our code STUFF at checkout. And they're doing a lot of different cool things at Docking Bay 45 up there in Portland. So check them out for all your lightsabers, all your lightsaber accessories, and definitely tell them we sent you. And we'll be at their booth come this Level Up Con. What are the
April?
dates?
April 23rd to the 26th or 25th.
Yes, in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We will be there. I don't think Craig 5 will, but
No, not this
we'll
one.
be there in Jedi Force Ghost Spirit, I guess. So check us out there. Zach says, is Craig tired or sad?
Both.
I have allergies, so it might be that.
I have allergies too. So
Is the wind really bad by you guys?
The wind?
Yeah. Do you guys have like bad winds right now?
No, but there's a lot of pollen in the air.
Oh.
And so if I don't take Claritin, my eyes will literally just continuously stream. Like they're nonstop crying if I don't take anything. And I can't remember if I took it this evening. So I have to wait to the morning because I'm like,
oh no.
I don't want to double my dose. So I'm like, I got to wait and see how I do through the night.
Oh no.
As you can see, this eye is even a little teary. It's awful. It's so bad. I look like I've watched Last Jedi. That's how bad I look. Okay.
What's the marker? What's the time marker? 2 minutes? We're going to start time markering until you bring it up.
What, Last Jedi?
Yes.
Yeah, for somebody that doesn't like The Last Jedi, you bring it up a whole lot. Anyways, Adam on YouTube says,
crying.
Starting a podcast at 10:30 p.m. Texas is diabolical. Craig, you look great. And you got one fan, man.
Thanks, Adam.
I'm a Craig fan. I think my favorite Craig is Palpatine Craig.
Good.
Somehow he's returned.
All right, guys, let's talk about the Saturn Awards. And what's unique about this is Mary was there in person talking to all the stars.
All of them.
Sending me all these photos. She talked to Katie Sackhoff. She talked to... Who else?
One particular that I didn't get to talk to.
Oh. Who was that?
George Lucas.
Oh, well, the thing about George, he was there. He got honored. He got a special award. And he was at the podium. It was presented to him by Mark Hamill. But the thing is, he stepped off the stage and then took 2 more
straight
steps
into his car,
and he was gone.
Straight into his car. He didn't even get there when it started.
Interview, not excuses.
Oh my goodness, he wasn't even there when the awards started. So I got to go. I was invited, and I got to go. I got to do the red carpet. I was there with Ted from Countdown City Geekcast. We set up on the red carpet. We were getting excited. We had our cameras, everything ready to go. There's me, Ted, and James, who met us later. It was in Hollywood, so it was very local to James and I. Ted flew in for these awards. So it was really exciting. We were having a great time. We set up the red carpet. We got to meet a lot of people on the red carpet, got a lot of interviews and pictures. There were people from Peacemaker. We talked to Freddie. We talked to Jennifer. I didn't get to talk to him on the red carpet, but I got to shake Carl Urban's hand. He was hanging out by the bar and he was taking pictures with everybody. And I was just like, can I please shake your hand, sir? And he was so gracious and so nice. He asked me what my name was. And we said we would say hello and meet up again in San Antonio for SpaceCon. So if you're going to SpaceCon, he's definitely someone to meet. He is very, very nice. Got to see Jack Quaid and everyone else from Peacemaker, but they were kind of rushing through. Who else? Got to talk to my hero, Katie Sackhoff. We did a little small interview. So if you follow Countdown City, you might get to see that posted soon.
Did we get any exclusive questions?
So I asked her, okay, so me and her had a really nice, like, personal moment and connected through some things.
Looks like she's frozen.
Oh, am I frozen? No.
Yeah, you were frozen.
Oh, no. Am I back?
Like that.
Okay. So
you were good on my side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we had a nice personal moment. I had attended a Star Wars event the day before. I saw this really great Bo-Katan sticker that said Mandalorians are stronger together. I told her, I was like, I just need 10 seconds to fangirl. I got you this sticker because I knew I was going to meet you today. I've been listening to your podcast since the days of when it was called Blah, Blah, Blah with Katie Sackhoff. We even had like a fun moment. I asked about her family and and she was like, yeah, my youngest is turning 2, but I have baby fever, but my husband is kind of like blah about it. And I was like, oh, Robin, like I knew him. And she like was into it and she was like joking around and she was laughing with us. And then I was like, okay, I'm on a Star Wars podcast, so I got to ask you questions or Craig's going to kill me. And I asked her, have you seen the Mandalorian and Grogu movie yet? But here's the thing. When I said Star Wars, I could see on her face, she went into a mental vault. She said, okay, I got to prepare and make sure I don't say nothing. Because at that point, she just started giving me one-word answers when it came to Star Wars stuff. So first thing I asked her was like, have you seen the Mandalorian and Grogu movie? And she was like, no. I was like, what are you the most excited to see in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie? And she was like, Sigourney Weaver. I was like, smart answer. Right? Like, I made sure I worded it that way to see if she would kind of like not slip up, but like share a little something. And then I asked her, what do you want to see? I said, you made a comment recently that Bo-Katan can't die because she's based off of Anne, Dave's wife. So what do you want to see next for Bo? And her answer was like, I just want to see her surviving. I want to see her rebuilding Mandalore and stuff. So it was really nice. It was really sweet. And then she like kind of asked me a couple like personal questions that me and her have in common and stuff in our life experiences. And then we kind of like did a little hand touch and moved on because it was really hot out there. So she was like super gracious with her time with me and everything. So I was like super grateful. And then as soon as she walked away, I looked at Ted and went like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. So that one was probably the highlight for me for sure.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And did you mention us?
I did. I told her Craig specifically. I said I was part of the Star Wars Stuff podcast.
Okay. And did you say she couldn't defeat me at trivia?
Oh, no. I did not bring that part up. I was too busy trying not to like faint. So
head-to-head trivia.
Yeah. She's not coming to any cons soon, is she, huh? I don't think she has any cons lined up.
Maybe she's going to have to start doing some press tours.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do we think she's going to be in this movie? I don't think she's going to be in this movie.
I mean, it feels like she'll be in the Ahsoka one, like the Dave Filoni all come together one. That's the one that makes sense for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dave?
If you saw the Saturn Awards, they were on SaturnAwards.tv online, and it was a pretty good telecast. As far as like no interruptions or anything, it was just commercial free. They had like banners of different studios at the bottom, so I guess that was their paid promotion or whatever. But if you noticed the seating arrangements, I don't think she was sitting at the Lucasfilm table.
She was not. She was sitting at I think it was the Battlestar table
Okay.
because there were a couple other people from Battlestar.
Was she sitting at the Todd Stashwick table? I think she was. I think it was
Maybe.
like Todd, someone else, then her. And the camera would pan back to her several times.
Yeah. She looked great. She had a new haircut and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, she's always great. She's been to my area, South Texas, about 4 or 5 times. So I mean, she's ran the con circuit pretty
Yeah.
pretty heavily. I mean, I think she could still come back. But yeah, it would be nice if she had like a Star Wars thing that she was like promoting that she was in, that we knew she was in.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel at this point that she's going to be in the movie, as far as what I think. The way I feel about it, just doesn't feel like she's going to be in it at all. I know
Maybe
she
a
shot.
reference.
Yeah, she shot a movie with Joel Kinnaman that's going to come out as well. So maybe she was doing that while they were doing Mando or whatever. So
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Some other Star Wars people that was there. Ravi from Skeleton Crew, who won an award last night. It was his second award show, so met him on the red carpet. He was super nice, super sweet kid. After the award show, we were all kind of hanging out in this space where all the actors, celebrities, directors, people were kind of walking through and stuff. And he was there. James and I went up to him, congratulated him on his award. Super nice. He was just like, yeah, my first, it's my second award ceremony. He went to the Emmys. One of the questions I asked him was about where would you want to see your character if you could put him in any universe. He really wants to do a Marvel like movie or anything. He just wants to be a part of the Marvel universe. So he was very hyped up about that. So he was excited. He was having a lot of fun for sure.
Filoni was elusive last night. What does that mean?
Saw him for 2 seconds. So George was
he with his
there.
dad?
It was George, Mark.
He wasn't
Dave,
wearing his
Kathy.
cowboy hat, was he?
I don't think so. I didn't see him with
That's
it
the
on.
first like appearance I've seen him not wear that cowboy hat.
That's why no one recognized him walking in.
Yeah.
Do you think he was hanging out with George Lucas all night?
No, because they didn't leave at the same time. Dave left way after George. I think he was there with Kathleen. So it was Kathleen, Dave, George, Mark Hamill, Katie Sackhoff, Rafi from Skeleton Crew, and the actress's name, I keep forgetting it, who played young Leia in Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
They were all there. Yes. So they were all there representing Star Wars. And Kathleen never came into the press room. George, Mark never came into the press room.
Yeah.
They're like,
they kind of...
We'll never get out of here alive.
Yeah, they kind of just... They accepted their awards, made their speeches, and headed out.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like it was like a heavy night for certain movies and Star Trek. Star Trek, it's its 60th anniversary.
William Shatner was there. Got to see him in the press room.
He looks so good. He's like, what, 93?
Yeah, that's incredible.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
How he looks. I mean, it's like unbelievable.
He was telling some pretty good stories too in the press room. People were asking him questions. He was telling great stories.
Yeah, it looks like Ted is commenting here for Countdown to the Geeks. Be careful, Ted. I think you're driving. I don't know. He said his hat was on. When they panned to him at the Lucasfilm table, his hat was off, and he was there with Kathleen Kennedy. So I don't know, but Andor had a pretty decent night. They won a couple categories, I believe. And
Stellan Skarsgård won.
Yes, Stellan Skarsgård won, and he wasn't there, but he filmed the video, a very funny video.
He's flying somewhere.
Yeah. He said, I'm flying somewhere right now. And he had like a curtain behind him. It was kind of funny. I don't know.
He's literally on the plane.
So, yeah. Andor got recognized at the Saturn Awards, which is great. it was the 40th anniversary of Alien too. So Cameron
Yeah.
was there for Fire and Ash, as
Oh,
well
yeah.
as Alien, and they brought up some of the people. Get was it Gail Ann Hurd? She was up there. She was a producer of Alien, and at that time
Yeah.
it was rare, other than Kathleen Kennedy, to have a female producer. She was, I think, one of the only other ones.
She made a
But
great speech too about it.
yeah, and of course, she also produced The Walking Dead as well. Um, she has a very, if you go online, she has a very interesting story where she went from behind the camera to the front of the camera on Aliens, and it's very unique and interesting. Check it out. Yeah, Cameron was up there. Tom Cruise with Christopher
Mhm.
McQuarrie. They won big for Mission Impossible. Um, so yeah, there was a lot of famous people there, and Mary was like in the thick of it.
I got to be in the same room as James Cameron. It was
He got to be in the
wild.
same room as you.
Oh, thank you, Craig. That just made my day. Yes. James Cameron got to be in the same room with me. It was wild. I remember I
Yeah.
was sitting there in the press room and I'm turning on the camera and I'm like, I am recording James Cameron. He is literally less than 2 feet away from me right now and stuff.
Wow.
And then James is a huge fan of James Cameron. He was in the room as well, kind of standing in the back. I looked back at him to be like, dude, do you see this? Is this real right now? And he started to tear up. It was so nice. So a lot of heroes were met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And James and Ted
We
got to talk
didn't
to
get our
Christopher
exclusive
McQuarrie.
George Lucas.
It was impossible, Craig. He got his
Literally.
award and left.
That
Okay.
is why
This is
you
actually
fail.
this is actually going to be more upsetting to you, Craig. There's a point I was like I was walking around trying to find Ted and James after things kind of had wrapped up for the show. And then I just walked outside where people were loading into their cars. And like nobody stopped me. And I was like, I could just hang out here and meet everybody. And I was like, man, if I had known this, I would have left the press room and been like, George Lucas is about to be out here right now.
You see that, David? Have you learned nothing from Empire Strikes Back? You want the impossible.
Yeah.
Well,
was really
that
great.
was our first Saturn Awards. We didn't want to
Yeah.
impose. So, yeah.
I was just wondering. I was like, hey, to everybody. It was really great. I was saying this earlier off pod. One of the best parts was watching really wonderful and creative minds fangirl over each other. The way people would approach each other and be like, I am a huge fan of your work. You've inspired me, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like literally just standing back, enjoying these interactions between them. And I was like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm just so grateful to be here, to be a fly on the wall and being able to experience all these things. So it was really, really cool.
Well, thanks for rubbing it in.
You're welcome. Move to California.
No, that's cool. I'm glad you got to go.
Yeah.
I wanted those George Lucas questions answered.
Oh no, that was never going to happen. Literally, Katie Sackhoff could like lock the vault. You think George is going to tell me anything?
Yes.
I wanted to ask her that one question too, but it was just so hot on the red carpet, and I wanted to be very mindful of people and their time and everything. So it was one of the questions that I thought about was like, oh, how often are you and Dave talking? Not Dave from Star Wars Stuff Podcast. Exactly. Not Dave from the Star Wars Stuff Podcast, but Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was a good question. I wish I had asked it.
No,
Next time.
Because it could have given us some insight.
Yeah. Next time. So some other really big names are like Guillermo del Toro like got an award.
Which
Jim
award
Cummings
did he
was there.
get? Exactly. I know he presented to James Cameron, right?
I thought he also got something.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
Mm. And I think he just left right away as well. He didn't do any press.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe we need to do an award show and we invite all these celebrities to like our houses and be like, will you be appearing at the 2027 Star Wars Stuff Podcast award show?
That's so funny.
The stuffies.
There, I like that. They're stuffies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
Saturn
sounds
Awards.
good. It's elusive and confusing. The stuffies.
Oh,
We got a
I don't.
stuffy.
I don't know if anyone would want to show up and to get their own stuffy. I
Well,
don't
the
think
first
so.
year they won't know what it is, and they'll all show up, and then afterwards they'll be like, "What the hell was
As they walk out, tricked ya.
that?"
yeah.
Yeah. No. And then it was really cool. Like everyone on there was so nice and kind and generous with their time and stuff. So it was really good. It was really cool. I think I'm still in shock of all the people we got to meet and talk to.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be lining up to be on the podcast now.
I wowed them.
They're going to be
So
like,
yeah, George Lucas's speech. I kind of wanted to talk about that
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit.
"What speech?" It was thanks.
Well,
He got a thanks and someone thanked him.
everybody.
he brought up something that he's brought up in the past before. He referenced not having an Oscar
Yeah.
and only having 3 trophies. And he said he had a Saturn Award that was bigger than the Saturn Award he was given last night. And then he said, wait a minute, it might not be a Saturn Award.
Oh,
So
George.
yeah, he's doing his commentary on the fact that popular films don't win Oscars and
How did
the
Star
other
Wars not win
awards.
the Oscar? That's insane.
Isn't
Yeah.
like the Oscars
Annie
more
Hall. Who the hell has ever seen Annie Hall?
I went to Annie Hall celebration the other year.
You were the only one there.
I saw Woody and Soon Yi and Mia Farrow.
Isn't the Oscars like more politically driven too?
I mean, they're recognized as the top tier awards, but I mean, they're slowly kind of coming around because they're doing a stunt award this year. I know the Golden Globes are like kind of, I don't know, have one foot in each realm of like seriousness and not serious, and studios that campaign very heavily to get their projects to win awards or whatever. But they have a like a best box office award or something, and I think Sinners won it this year.
Sinners is supposed to win a ton of stuff. I know Sinners won 1 award yesterday, and they were nominated for like 12.
Yeah, the taller guy in Sinners, he won a specific award.
I think he plays Cornbread, who is like the bouncer of the club in the movie.
Yeah, and he was also in the original Transformers, the Michael Bay Transformers movie as well. But yeah, even James Cameron, it was interesting when they rolled like the sizzle reel for George Lucas and they ended it, which the telecast didn't really show it. They just had the camera on George Lucas and Mark Hamill. And he mentioned, oh, I think you guys showed a James Cameron film in there or something. I think he was making a joke, and he's just kind of showing a sign of respect to James Cameron. I guess they're buddies. They've done a few things together where they've talked to each other. It's been a little while. But yeah, James Cameron really gushed over Star Wars, and he basically said, hey, I'm standing right now at the same podium that George Lucas was just standing at, and without Star Wars, I wouldn't be here. And I thought that was pretty cool to see. And then Tom Cruise in the audience told George thank you as well. He shouted it, and everyone
had a Craig 5 moment.
Yeah, because I think George was all like, I'm here because of you guys. Thank you guys. And then Tom just heckled from the crowd. We thank you, George.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Without George and Star Wars, how many people in that room would not be acting or doing what they're doing right now? Writing,
I would be
producing,
a
directing.
multi-millionaire if it wasn't for Star Wars. So I don't know if I
Oh
should
my
be
gosh.
Yeah.
It's not George Lucas's fault.
If I invested my money in stocks instead of the Star Wars collection that I have,
It'll pay off one day.
I could have retired 20 years ago.
Oh
Well,
my
you can
God.
sell all your stuff, Craig, and retire off of that.
Mm.
It's a long-term investment.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
For
what I
sure.
tell myself. Every time I add something new, it's a long-term investment.
Yeah.
Keep
All right.
deluding yourself.
Oh
If
no,
it
it's
helps you
so
sleep
bad.
at night, if it helps you sleep at night.
I've been adding. I'm adding. And just this weekend I've been adding.
Well.
Yeah.
So yeah, big thank you to Ted, Countdown City Geekcast.
Follow
Countdown
them on
City.
Instagram and everything. You can watch
Yeah,
every interview we've done. We did
for
a lot.
sure. For sure. I'll probably be putting up your Katie Sackhoff interview here tonight on Patreon. StreamYard for some or whatever reason doesn't like it. So, but I'll put it out there for free on Patreon so everyone can kind of see it. And
We haven't had any new Patreon members in a while. What
BC
gifts,
Doom it.
people?
BC Doom it.
yeah,
Come on, people. David, can you cue up Arms of an Angel? And I can
Oh no.
do a little voiceover.
I will be hit for copyright if I do that.
Maybe you could hum it.
I don't,
This is David.
I don't think so.
His dreams
All of a sudden,
have
everything
never
just
come
drops out.
true. But for how much is a Patreon membership?
It varies. It's $3, $5,
For just
$10.
$3 a month, you can make this David the happiest David that you've ever seen. Nobody's humming for me. It would be so much better with the dramatic humming of the song.
I can offer you an awkward giggle.
I always get that out of you.
You do. It's always your throwaway lines that get me.
All right, so
people.
all right, to the Empire article we go. So we got this
Now,
really cool picture here.
It looks like an action figure.
It does.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I would not be surprised if that becomes an actual toy.
Do you know they did that with the Rise of Skywalker movie poster? That they photoshopped or they took the picture of the Hot Toys Palpatine and then they put it on top. I mean, how ridiculous is that?
Yeah, I remember that now.
Like this almost looks like a vintage figure and on the vehicle because this vehicle's coming out.
Oh, that's true.
They already had it up for pre-order.
Possibly.
Jeez.
Maybe we'll find out in this Empire Online article that I'm about to read. So this came out on March 5th. I think it was updated a little bit here. The Mandalorian and Grogu relaunches the galaxy. We're in a completely different era of Star Wars by Ben Travis. It's been 7 years, a very long 7 years since Star Wars was last on the big screen. 2019's Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, marked the end of an era, the end of a saga, bringing a trilogy of trilogies to a close. Ever since then, Star Wars stories have unfolded on the small screen, unspooling the adventures of Ahsoka Tano, Boba Fett, Cassian Andor, and more. But no characters have exploded on streaming in quite the same way as the Mandalorian and Grogu, an unlikely father-son pairing whose adventures across the galaxy charm Star Wars diehards and newcomers alike. Baby Yoda, as fans first dubbed him, was inescapable. Now the pair are charged with bringing Star Wars back to cinemas. The Mandalorian and Grogu is coming. It is, says Lucasfilm co-CEO Dave Filoni, a different prospect to the last time the saga made a culture-shaking big screen comeback. Episode 7 was a completely different entity. Way different, explains Filoni, who also co-wrote The Mandalorian Grogu and directed second unit on the film. I had dreams of Episode 7 since I came out of Return of the Jedi. You were like, after 6 comes 7. We're 7. We're in a completely different era of Star Wars now. The Mandalorian Grogu doesn't carry the burden of introducing a new trilogy or establishing a group of unknown heroes. Instead, it is Filoni. It says a big celebration of its title pair. So where were bounty hunter Din Djarin and Grogu, his adoptive son and Mandalorian apprentice, when we left them? The season 3 finale had a sense of genuine finality to it as our heroes settled into the homestead on Navarro, having thwarted Moff Gideon and played their part in reclaiming Mandalore. It only felt like the ending of a particular chapter, Pedro Pascal tells Empire. The same finale also saw Mando agree to take on missions solely for the New Republic at a Delphi base. They open up the opportunity for him to continue his best work as a bounty hunter, but just working for the good guy, says Pascal, combining skill and morality. Whereas when we first meet him, it's simply skill and Beskar and the Mandalorian Creed. Through his relationship to Grogu, there is an expansion of heart and a disarming of his armor, so to speak, that leads him to fight for what he knows is right. It's that sense of heart that Filoni and director Jon Favreau hope to translate to the big screen. Yes, the action will be bigger for cinemas. There will be massive practical sets, puppetry galore, stop motion courtesy of Phil Tippett Studio. But at the center of this is, well, the Mandalorian and Grogu, a duo who captured hearts the world over. What can't you do now, says Filoni, noting the spectacle that only goes so far. It's a question of, is the audience going to believe it? Are they going to feel it? That comes through the characters. If the characters are connecting, then the adventure plays, the action plays, the tension plays. The next adventure begins. Mando and Grogu are back. Star Wars enters a new era. Fire up the Razor Crest. And you can read Empire's full cover story on the Mandalorian Grogu, speaking of Jon Favreau, Filoni, Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver, and Jeremy Allen White, who's Rada, about the big screen Star Wars comeback after 7 years on March 12th. So, guys, what do you think about that article? What do you think about Filoni's comments?
I don't know what to make of that comment about we're in a new time of Star Wars. What did he say? What was it exactly? We're in a new timeline.
He
I mean,
said
how
it's
are we
we're
in a
in a
new
new era
timeline?
of Star Wars because it's not a trilogy; it's like a standalone film, allegedly.
I was gonna say, but I don't think it's a standalone. It can't be, right? It all leads down to the one big finale movie.
Well, I think in terms of trilogies, it's not the start of a trilogy. It's just kind of outside of that. I mean, I guess they could make it into a trilogy if it's the box office is just spectacular.
If it's $1 billion, Grogu
Yeah.
will be dancing in the street.
And I've heard people say this took the place of season 4. No, it doesn't. This is its own thing. Season 4 is a separate entity. It's already written. It can be made. I think it's just dependent on the box office of the Mandalorian Grogu.
Well, they did the same thing with the animated Clone Wars, right? They did a
Well, that
movie.
came first.
Yeah,
Mm.
that came first.
This is the reverse. It's the show
Right.
and then the movie.
Which ties the Mandalorian
But
Grogu because we got introduced to Rada in the Clone Wars animated movie.
yeah,
I think everybody is still kind of like, where is this gonna fit in? Right? Like, I think that's kind of the confusing thing about what is it we're gonna see here. That
Yeah.
I
we're
wish.
kind of, it's just, I don't know. It's a little, everybody's, I think, kind of like, we don't get it. Now, that doesn't mean that it may not be amazing. It could be, but I
Right.
think right now we have such little information that we're just kind of like, what is this about? Like, why are you doing a movie all of a sudden?
I I wish they would just tell us like this is a fun movie, not gonna be connected to anything. Just go and enjoy it for itself. Just a break from all of like how does this connect to this? Why is this happening? It's just a fun
Yeah.
movie. Or they tell us like pay attention, you guys, because this is going to lead down and you're going to get some Easter eggs and you're going to get some answers and you never know what you're going to see next. Like, I wish they just give us a path of expectation with it, I guess is the best way to put it. It's
Yeah.
like if they told me like, hey, it's just a fun Mandalorian movie. Go and enjoy it. It'll have nothing to do with anything else. Enjoy it for what it is. Then that comment would make more sense to me of like we're in a new era, right? Like this is just a
Yeah.
standalone for fun, like how they're doing with Starfighter. It's just a fun movie on its own. Just go and enjoy it for itself, kind of thing. Or it's like, hey, this is going to lead down to this season and connect all these things together to bring the story all together to this finale that we've all been waiting for, right?
I
Yeah,
mean, it's like, okay, so we know Zeb is in the movie.
Yeah. But is
So
that fan service or is it story?
is it connecting Din Djarin to the Rebels people and Ahsoka? I mean, he knows Ahsoka.
right. It's probably thought of a long time ago as a connective point to the last film in the Favloni verse, which
But
might not ever happen.
but you already said it. He already has a connection to it through Ahsoka. He doesn't need a secondary connection. That's why for me, I
Well,
think
to
Zeb is
bring in
fanfare.
well to bring in all the characters from Rebels, because I think that's what his end game is to do
Mm,
that. And
all
this
of
That'd
is
them
be
in
a
live
lot of
action.
juggling, though. You know, all those
well, I
characters.
mean, we're gonna get the
But
Ahsoka season 2 and maybe season 3, maybe Mando season 4, where it all builds up. This is like a fire that's kind of gone out a little bit, and they need to like restoke the flames here.
yeah,
And it's puzzling to everyone. I listen to everyone. I read these articles, and people are like kind of confused. Like, where's the big marketing blitz? I mean, where's the fast food tie-ins? Where's the like drink
And
tie-ins? Where's like all this stuff that leaks out, all the Lego sets? And I
how
mean,
many
it's like they're
how many
very
more days
kind
do we
of
have until this movie?
cautious.
2 months.
We have 2 months, 60
Yeah,
days.
comes out May 22nd. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. They have one of the greatest movie weekends of the calendar year, Memorial Day weekend.
They're
So
banking on it. Are they just like, hey, everyone's gonna be off. Everyone expects a big movie on this weekend. We don't need to do all that.
yeah, and I mean that speaks to possibly them being a little out of touch, because I think you still need the marketing blitz, you still need the tie-ins, you still need the commercials, the billboards, and all that stuff to really tell people, hey, look. And I mean, it's a great opportunity. That's what they need to see it as. Is Star Wars is back, and make a big push, and maybe do a billboard with like the logo with a crawl coming up and like the first few lines of the crawl, and maybe
That'd be
Grogu or the
sick.
Razor Crest on the side. I mean, something.
That'd
I
be
mean,
super
this
sick.
this has
I
to be a
I
big
think that's why
announcement.
everybody's so like not feeling good about this movie. I think they're kind of be like, well, if Disney's not pushing this, is it not good? I think that's a lot of people's fear.
I think
Yeah.
I'm going the opposite route. It's so good that they don't need to market. That's what I'm taking from this. It's like they are so confident in it. They're like, people are going to come watch this movie and they're going to say praise, just all the praise. And it'll just bring more and more people in over the weekend.
I hope it is.
And people
That's
might
how
be
I see
saying
it.
this is the start of the marketing blitz. The
Yeah.
Empire magazine photo spread and all that stuff that they do. Maybe a Vanity Fair thing here in the future, where they start like showing the practical effects, because apparently there's a lot of puppets and practical effects in this film, and they
Mm-hmm.
went very heavy into that. And the interesting thing was Filoni started talking about how he felt, and the whole lead up to episode 7 and the end of Return of the Jedi, which was episode 6, and what comes after. And then we had those like 2 decades where there was nothing as far as live action
Yeah.
episodic films. This could be the start. I mean, I mean, I guess some people might point to the Super Bowl commercial, which kind of blew up in the wrong
That was
direction.
a disaster.
And that's why I think they are aware of it now. I don't think they've come I think they had lost touch at one point, and I think
Mhm.
like the backlash because people are writing articles about it. People they all of a sudden released some of the toys and everything for pre-order and discussed all these things, and John Favreau came out and with Grogu and did a it was like an interview, right? I can't remember now,
I
but
have
he
to
did
say,
something.
toy wise, boy, did they release some boring toys. Uh, the first wave of stuff, it's like Snow Trooper, AT-AT Driver, AT-RT. Is that what it is? The little two-legged
Yeah,
walker there.
the chicken
Mandalorian
walker.
and Grogu, Sigourney Weaver. It was like all boring stuff that we've had before. Like Why not give us a couple of weird aliens? Give me something interesting.
Yeah, the Amonomon that's in the sewer there, or that
Something.
dragon snake.
Something in the trailer that's interesting. All of those were so boring. It was just like, okay, another snow trooper. Oh, this time he doesn't have a little face shield on. It's like AT-AT driver, Dinjar, and Sigourney. It's like, come on, these are all boring. This is Star Wars toys is supposed to be cool, like unique creatures and chips and stuff like that. It was like they re-released stuff that we've already had a million times. Go look at the pre-order list. It's so like I can't tell you. I looked at it and I ordered a few of them, but I'm just like, this is boring. Like no unique looking aliens or a ship, something cool. I don't know. It just doesn't hype it even more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The weird thing. Sorry, go ahead, David.
I was gonna say, and they need to do the thing where they like leak stuff through the toys, so it gets everyone talking.
Correct.
It doesn't matter if you spoil a little bit. Not everyone's gonna see the toys. Not everyone's like us, but it's gonna drive more hype, and we're gonna talk about it, and it's gonna get us more excited about it.
Even a Road to the Hut would have been interesting.
That's what I was about to say.
That would have been great, man. That's the toy. That's is the marquee toy.
It's this initial batch is so boring. It's like you couldn't have picked a more dull batch of action figures for an exciting movie. What about the twins? Release the twins. Right? That we know they're in the movie.
We know there's going to be a bunch of aliens around the twins too, and then the guards as well. I mean,
it's like super snooze fest.
I'm very curious if like they just released these really basic ones because they weren't ready to release anything else. Like they have ideas, they have things fabricating, they didn't actually have them ready to like throw on the market, but because of everyone's reaction to the Super Bowl spot, they're like, we got to do something, right? Like they have shown that they are very reactive and stuff. So it's like, oh, we got backlash from this. We gotta put something out so that people at least see we're putting something out.
To me, this stuff is so just they picked the most boring stuff you could possibly have chosen. How many snowtroopers have they made? 100 different types of snowtroopers or AT-AT drivers? It's like this is a new movie, and you're trying to get me hyped and kids hyped about a new movie with a bunch of figures they already own. You literally own almost all of these except for Sigourney Weaver. It's just Sigourney's Weaver head on a TIE fighter or an X-Wing pilot. It's like, give us something exciting.
And you're right. They don't even have to spoil anything. We already know Rada's in it. Give us a Rada.
How cool would it have been if they had made the twins, a 2-pack, or Rhoda? That would have been awesome. Or that Man character. Whatever, something. I mean, that's used to what made kids get hyped for like episode 1 and 2 and 3. There were always, creatures and stuff like that. And they came out before the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those.
Yeah, there was a viral leak for Rada's face, like the front facing portrait of him. And apparently it was just it was a fake. And then they did actually release what Rada looks like from the front profile here. Here's a picture of him.
Have you guys been seeing the viral like memes and everything going around about how he's so hot? And I was like, what is happening out there? What is happening? He's still a Hut. Let's all calm down.
Right. So, yeah. So somebody wrote an article. I forgot who wrote it. It wasn't a big outlet or whatever, but the title of it was "Now Huts Are Hot" or something like that. It's like, it's so weird. But I mean, he's better looking than Jabba, I guess. His dad. I mean, he's a little bit more fit. I mean, you could see some. His arms are pretty huge. So much. Dude's way more shredded than his dad, and he's got 2 axes.
Well, we didn't. I don't know. Maybe Jabba was in his prime at one point, and he was hot Hut also.
That is so uncomfortable. I know. No, we're not doing that. Ugh.
Yeah, it
I
kind of
don't
looks
know.
like Jabba. I see the
But that would have been
resemblance.
a cool figure to release, or some of
With the axes.
or even some of the creatures that we see that fight in the arena. What we know they're in the
Yeah,
movie makes
We
them be
yeah,
got
cool.
we got
the
a whole
chess
chessboard of
pieces.
them.
They picked the lamest. Tell me if they go look at the list and tell me they could have picked a lamer bunch of characters to choose. Not even a Zeb. And we
That's the
know
one I
he's in
was
the
really
movie. Why couldn't they
surprised.
make Zeb?
Yeah, you figure
I'm
he's on
telling
the
you.
way.
Is
Yeah.
terrible.
I'm
Terrible.
telling you guys, I think the batch that they released is a reaction, not intention.
Mm,
And that's
yeah.
why it's not up to par.
Yeah, one of the things I
So,
also found out was the fact that in the beginning, huts were established to have only 3 fingers. But if you look at other media, like the Clone Wars, you can see them with 4 fingers. I thought that was kind of funny,
Mm.
and people have debates over it, and it's almost like the Max Rebo, how many limbs does he have kind of conversation.
yeah, we don't need
But
that
I mean, I didn't
again.
even notice it. Also, the other thing we learned, um, so we all know Jerry Allen White is going to voice Rada, but he's going to be speaking in Basic with a
Well,
little bit of Huttese.
that doesn't surprise me because the twins were speaking basic.
Yeah, which kind of goes against the lore because they kind of look down on anything that wasn't like Huttese. So yeah, it's kind of odd that kind of went through by Favreau. But I mean, it's probably due to, I don't know, taking in the
Well,
content really.
in the Clone Wars, they speak basic as well in the
Yeah,
animation.
Zero the Hutt speaks Basic,
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
but
So it's not the
that
first time Dave's let this happen.
yeah, but I think that's Zero the Hutt was kind of an exception. It feels like more so than the rule, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
That was a weird episode. He's like kissing Slice Noodles. It was like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
I didn't Slice Noodles kill him or something. I can't even remember.
I don't think so. I think they were like in love and dating or something like
I
that.
thought she like set him up or something.
I don't remember that.
Been a while since I've seen it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
Hut's
One
got
of the
game.
things that I wanted to talk about was in the article. Didn't it talk about what it would mean for Pedro Pascal not to wear the helmet?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was that in this article.
I believe it's in a separate article. But yeah, I saw that, and Pedro saying there is a good reason for him to take off the helmet. And
Okay, so I have a theory
okay,
because they said that that it had to make sense, and that when they asked him, that was the exact answer he gave. Like, I guess they said, "What do you think the reason would be that you removed the helmet or are not wearing the helmet in the movie?" And he gave the exact answer that made sense. So I was thinking about it. I think I have a theory. I think someone removes it from him. I think maybe Embo ambushes him, takes it off him, and that, remember, because the armorer says, "Have you ever removed your helmet? Has anyone ever removed it from you?"
well, don't we see it in the trailer where like there's like a tall creature that has his
Yeah,
helmet and is walking off? I mean,
it
that makes
makes
sense right there.
sense.
Like you want to see who you're speaking to.
But it makes sense because he went through all this stuff, his character, to get the helmet back on and to be forgiven. Why is he just going to take it off again? Well, if somebody removes it,
Right.
now you got the perfect answer. I think it's the perfect solution. So he
Yeah.
loses, he gets it removed in the beginning of the movie. Maybe they attack him and Grogu on his little
Yeah.
homestead. Helmet's removed. Bam. Now he doesn't have to wear the helmet the rest of the movie.
That it feels so simple that it has to be right.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the only thing that makes any sense. And it makes perfect sense when you look at it like that.
Yeah.
My brain went to something like way more complicated where it's like if you want Grogu decides he wants to be like a Jedi and Mandalorian. And the only way for Din to go with him and to be with him during his training is to give up this Mandalorian way. So he takes off his helmet so he could still be with Grogu. That's what I thought.
But that seems like he would have to forego everything that he went through and be forgiven and all that stuff. I mean, to me, it's so simple. Have you ever removed your helmet? Has it ever been removed by others? There you go.
Yeah.
I think it's simple, and it gets you past it right away. Now it's not a big complicated part to the plot.
And I mean, he
We'll
eventually
find
has
out.
to go back to Mandalore to do the whole what's it
Living
called?
waters are closed, sir.
The whole beast that he has to conquer and ride and all that.
What do our listeners think? Do they agree with me? I think I'm onto something. I think that's what makes the most sense. Because Pedro said it made the most sense, and that was the exact answer that he, as to his speculation, and that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, to me, it's not a big deal. I mean, you're just taking off a helmet. I mean, big whoop.
To you, but you're not a Mandalorian, David. Okay. Did you see the crap he went through not to have that helmet removed?
Literally.
Yeah, but I mean, he's kind of outside all that. I mean, he's fought with all the Children of the Watch and all that stuff. So, I mean, they're like, yeah, just go back to Mandalore and bathe in the waters of Lake
To me, he had the dark saber anyway. He should be like, I make the rules.
Yeah, I think it's much ado about nothing, really. I don't know.
But anyway, I think that's what happens is somebody removes it from him. Maybe it's Embo. Dave Filoni would love if it was one of his other boys that he created.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's gonna come into play. Filoni's favorites. The other thing that came out that was, I think it was dropped today. Some people were reporting that Kathleen Kennedy actually said that Grogu says nothing in the movie. Just
thank God.
just
I thought we were gonna get his first words.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that'd be so weird.
Really?
Yeah.
If he said something like
Papa. Papa.
helmet.
helmet.
I think me and David were talking about this
Shifter
the last
knob.
time. Oh gosh. Me and David were talking about this the last time. And it's like, who would you want to voice him? And I was like, nobody, until he said Dexter, who plays Egg
Oh yeah.
in the Knights of the Seven Kingdom. I was like, man, I love that kid. Yeah, I'd be totally okay if he was the voice of Grogu. But I don't think we'd be that lucky.
Yeah. All right. Mary, you also attended something called the Inland Empire, and you have all the details for us.
So it's called the Inland Empire Strikes Back. It's an event that happens in SoCal, in Riverside. So if you're familiar with the area, that's where it's at. It's really small. It's really fun. It's like an outdoor Star Wars farmers market is the best way to describe it. There's a lot of local small shop vendors where you can get really cool, unique Star Wars merchandise, stickers, buttons, pins. I was sending the guys pictures the entire time of just like merch. I picked up a few things. I got a couple of pins. So there's my new Leia pin and Darth Talon. And then this is the sticker from the event. I also got a matching shirt.
Are we going to see Darth Talon in this new mall show? Is that what you guys think?
So the theory is the Twi'lek that we see, the young one, becomes Darth Talon. That's the theory. So that's at least a fan theory.
Like dark red, like Darth Talon always was, though.
She dyes her skin.
She dyes her skin and tattoos herself. Yeah, little cookies. Little Star Wars cookies. Yeah. So the event was a lot of fun, a lot of cosplaying, a lot of photos. I got to meet, where is it? Hold on. Just so everyone can see. I got to meet David Barclay, who is the assistant puppeteer. He was assistant to Frank Oz. So this is him right here, and then you can see the Yoda puppet and Mark Hamill in the scene on Dagobah. So he was there, got his autograph. He wrote on it, "To marry, do or do not, there is no try." So that was really cool. Very nice. He has a book coming out. Um, he might end up on the podcast. He took our information. He said he'd love to talk to us. So we might get to talk to him on here. So that'd be really cool. What else was there? Oh, people decked out their cars in like Star Wars stuff. There was one that was like all completely Boba Fett, and there was like a pod racer, like engines on another one, and then in the back of one was R2D2 and Baby Grogu in like his little like egg pod, his original one. So like it was just a really fun time of community, and everyone there just like loves Star Wars. We're all just hanging out, giving each other stickers and buttons and talking about the movies and what we want to see in the Mando and Grogu movie. So it's one of those things, like if you love Star Wars, you're looking for community, I really, really recommend this event. Everyone there is like super kind and gracious and stuff. So highly, highly recommend. And I think like tickets were like $10, $15 to get in. And there's raffles for really cool stuff too. And there's artwork. I got some artwork. I think I showed one earlier. But there's also like this piece that I got. So yeah, I had a big fun Star Wars weekend.
And is this like a annual event?
It is annual. Yeah. So the Inland Empire Strikes Back, and you can buy the ticket on Eventbrite. So if
And
you
it's
live in
in
Southern
Riverside?
California, Riverside, California.
Okay. Nice. I might
Yeah.
go next year.
You should. I think you'd have a great time. And it's small and intimate and stuff too. So it's not like it's not big and like anxiety driven. It's just like a fun Star Wars hangout.
Cool.
Very cool. I got MegaCon coming up, so that's pretty cool.
Ooh, are you gonna see all the Lord of the Rings cast?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I
nice.
am. Yeah, they got a great lineup if you're a Lord of the Rings fan.
David.
Oh, when is? You know what? Yeah, I think the tickets are sold out, right?
I don't know.
Okay,
For MegaCon or for the Lord of the Rings cast?
both.
I really don't know. I buy the VIP like as soon as it goes on sale.
Yeah.
And so I don't worry about it because I don't want to lose the VIP status.
Mm.
Waiting in those lines is like horrendous for like Hayden. You'll be there all day,
Whoa.
literally.
Mm.
All day.
MegaCon is pretty huge.
Yeah.
How many
And they
people
have
do
an
you think
incredible
attend?
lineup. They got Diego Luna. Me and David were talking about that lineup is so strong.
It
John
really is.
Boyega, Sam Witwer.
Wow, really? John Boyega's gonna be there?
Yeah.
I'm really surprised by that one, actually.
Yeah, I was too.
Are you gonna ask him about The Last Jedi? What's the time marker?
58:36.
Wait, I didn't bring it up.
Yeah. And we're just gonna time marker every time The Last Jedi is spoken on this podcast.
I don't even. I think he's disappointed with the trilogy too.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, he's talked about it.
Yeah,
And he was confused by that line. They fly now, and yeah, he's commented on that. But I mean, in the story, I mean, it's possible that he never saw them fly. I mean, yeah, you can go back to all the video games and everything else and point back to all that. There's jetpacks and everything, but yeah, it's a pretty cool lineup at MegaCon. I wish I would have known before that this kind of lineup was gonna be there. Last few lineups weren't that like appealing to me, but hopefully Bob can get all the Hobbits and the Lord of the Rings cast to come to San Antonio.
I don't think he's gonna. I mean, this is Space Con. Why would he bring Lord of the Rings?
Well, I mean, he's bringing. Well, it doesn't mean they have to be in space. I mean, he's
I don't
bringing the
know.
suit Nazi.
I think
What
if
does the
he
suit
was,
Nazi have to do with this with outer space?
I think if
That's where he
he,
gets his recipes.
'cause hey, excuse me. Sorry. It's because his soup is out of this world.
Are we boring you, Craig?
We're boring Craig.
I'm sorry.
We're boring
It's
you.
late. I had a late night last night. We were supposed to podcast late last night, and it was like 12:45, and I'm like, should we just do this tomorrow?
You guys got too busy texting us.
Well, yeah, you kept on like texting us and telling us about
Oh,
different cool things, and we're like,
so
"Whoa!"
sorry.
No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I was like, maybe we shouldn't do it now because the Saturn Awards are still going on, and I was actually
Yeah.
watching them too, and I was like trying to like,
Did you see me?
I didn't see you.
Sad.
James is like up close to the stage, and I was trying to see him, but I never
Yeah.
saw him. But it was cool to get your information and to see what was happening on stage. And then at one point, you were trying to tell me what was happening on stage, but I was already seeing it.
Oh.
So yeah, we were talking about the whole
like,
Mark
George is
Hamill,
on
George
there.
Lucas thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I should have had you follow him from that get-go.
Oh gosh.
I don't know
You
what
know
I
what?
was thinking.
There's one thing I was remembering right now when you guys
Trusted
were
you.
saying how John Boyega was really like was like what's up with that line and stuff like that. So I think James Cameron said in the room that I was sitting in 2 feet from me. He said, as a director and writer, don't get hung up on the words. Like I don't get hung up on the writing. And the actor is going to bring that character to life. If they want to change it, they can change it. The only time I get hung up on the words is like when it gives the plot or like it gives the marker for something that has to happen later on. That's the only time I'll be like, you have to say it the way it's written and
Except
stuff.
for I'll be back.
Yeah.
yeah, I had a big argument with Arnold Schwarzenegger about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will
And
be
that's what I
back.
thought when he said that. I was like, James, come on. But I thought that was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great story. Is there anything else that we wanted to cover on the podcast?
Well, we're 2 months away from this movie. I feel like we got to be getting some other new information in the next couple of weeks.
I think the like real marketing blitz is not going to happen until the beginning of May.
And then there also is going to be the ride. I'm looking forward to the update on the Millennium Falcon ride at
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios.
Yep. I'll be
Is it
there.
happening at Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Okay.
I'll be there. I already have reservations for
You know
the
what would be
29th.
amazing? And I said this to one of the people that was working there, is if during the flight, like Luke comes and joins you or comes to help Grogu on the mission or something. You know what I mean? Like with his X-Wing. I mean, why
Yeah.
wouldn't he fly with the Millennium Falcon? And you know what I mean?
That'd be pretty cool.
It would, and because we're
And then
in
it's
that
going to spark the
timeline, it's
rumors. Oh, Luke might be in the movie, and then he's not, and it's be like, ah.
I know, but he trained Grogu. It's a
Right.
Mandalorian and Grogu update to the ride. The Millennium Falcon is in the ride. It seems like the perfect thing to have Luke come and help you on the mission.
Yeah.
That people would go crazy.
Oh yeah. I know like the
And he's
image
supposed to
that
be
they've
at
been
Batuu.
using.
It makes perfect sense.
I know the image that they released for this like ride update article is like Mando and Grogu flying aside the Millennium Falcon. So
Mhm.
I know there's something for sure with that. It's like
And they're
they're
going to
gonna assist
Bespin.
you. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna assist you with
I mean, it would
something.
make perfect sense. If they did that, people would be like thrilled.
It would be fun. But I'll be
Yeah.
there. I have reservations for when the big switch happens.
Is
I
that the
have
day of or the day after?
for that it is the day of the movie release, but I'm talking about like the whole Galaxy Edge time warp flip
Yeah,
where
where you
they're
get the
gonna
John
section
Williams
off.
music.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You
What are
got
you
what?
talking? John Williams music, and then you're gonna get Leia and Han by the Millennium Falcon.
When does that happen?
April 28th or 29th.
Okay, so before the movie, right before the movie.
a month before a little less than a month before the movie.
God,
Right
why
after
can't
we
they
come
do
back
this
from
in
Vegas.
Orlando?
Literally, I have a reservation for that day, and then I have Star Wars night tickets for April 30th.
It's so ridiculous that they don't do this in Orlando too. It's just ridiculous.
Sorry about it. Come hang out. Come visit. Come visit and hang out.
I will. I'm coming for Celebration next year.
That's too far away.
LA is far from Anaheim. How long is that drive?
I live closer to Anaheim than I do LA. So
Okay.
from where I live, Anaheim is about 25 to 30 minutes.
Oh, that's
LA,
nothing.
correct. Hence why I'm there all the time. And like one of my stores that I'm in charge of and stuff is literally 10 minutes from Disneyland. So I'll go do work there and then go to Disneyland.
Nice.
So it's a great
Nice.
time. I am about an hour away from LA. So if I'm going from LA to Disneyland, you're looking at like 45 to 50 minutes because there's like one direct freeway that you can take, the 5. But it's pretty packed. So,
Well, hopefully they do some cool stuff with the park too, and maybe they step up their game with Mandalorian and Grogu. And man, why don't they have R5D4 rolling around that park too?
they do for Star Wars night.
They had him at the Saturn Awards, right?
Yeah. I got, oh, dude, it was so cute. I totally forgot about that. So, we were on the red carpet and I wasn't looking. I was helping set something up, or I was looking at my phone or something, and I heard R2D2. And I go, oh, I hear R2D2. And some guy standing near us was like, I think that's R5. And then we look up and he's like, nope, it's R2D2. I was like, how dare you, sir? How dare you? So, and then they had like a whole little red carpet event for all the droids. So it was like R2, B2 Emo, R5, K2SO, the little droids that help in the Mandalorian
The pit droids.
Yes, thank you. The pit droids. He was on a little
One
bike.
was like riding a bike. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and C3PO, and he was walking by and he was like saying hello. And as he was walking past the other way, there was a gentleman next to me. He's like, I wonder if he has a British accent. So I was like, hello, C3PO, how are you? And he turned around and goes like, oh, I'm doing well. And then the guy was like, oh, he's trying. He's trying for a British accent.
I wonder if it was Chris Bartlett.
No,
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so.
He put up a
But
post on Instagram that was really cool.
the guy who was working the K2SO puppet is the same guy who was working the puppet in Andor season 2. Because at one point, Ted and I, yeah, because at one point, and I didn't realize this at the time, I realized it today when I got home and I was looking at the card. So Ted and I were recording something, and I was holding K2SO's hand as I was recording it. And the gentleman saw me, and then he came up to me and he handed me a card, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. It was a card of him working the puppet on Andor season 2, and it was signed and
Whoa.
everything. I know. I was like,
That's cool.
I didn't realize till like, cause he handed it to me and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then I just like put it away cause I didn't want to lose it and everything. And then I saw it today when I pulled it out.
Nice.
So yeah, that was super cool.
Have we heard any whispers of what they're going to, because supposedly, now that Josh is taking over, and did I hear that Bob is stepping down in like April, that it stepped up? I thought it was the end of the year.
I thought it was April of next year.
Is it April of next year?
I knew it was
something recently where he's stepping down soon with this new movie. What's the movie that's coming out? Like
the Hopper just came out.
Yeah, I thought it was coinciding with that.
It did really well.
Breaking news for Craig 5. Bob Iger is stepping down as CEO of the Walt Disney Company on March 18th, 2026.
That's next week.
Wow.
Never mind. It says following this, Iger will remain with the company as a senior advisor and board member until the end of the year, December 31st,
Okay.
2026.
Okay, so he's stepping down,
So
but he's going to be
he's kind of just there.
I think he's scared another Chapek situation will happen, so he's like lingering in the background.
Do you think Josh is the kind of guy that will want to make those big kind of changes to step things up at Disney, or do you think he's going to be,
Josh is smart.
Frugal.
Josh is really smart in the sense he hires the right people. He's very like self-aware. He knows like I don't know anything about that, so I'm going to hire someone who does and they're going to take care of it, and he's good about like trusting his people. Like he's a smart leader in that sense. Like he knows he can't do it all, so he builds a team that can.
Yeah, if you're not a hardcore fan, that's the way to do it.
Correct.
So do you think there's truth to the rumors that the whole whatever the original ideas were for Villains Land is now being changed around? Because there were rumors in the last couple of weeks that whatever was originally drawn up is
For
gonna
which
be
park?
Magic Kingdom.
Oh yeah, that was a part of D23. I have no idea, honestly.
There were a lot of rumors that whatever was in development is getting scrapped and that it wants to do something bigger and bolder.
I wonder if they're going to try to copy the Zootopia that they did, I believe, in Shanghai, because that turned out to be super successful. And then they got a lot of feedback that they wanted that in the States. But I know with the Disneyland Forward program, there is no space here to do the Zootopia. So it would make sense to me where they're like, this was super successful. Everyone wants it here in the States. So let's do it in Magic Kingdom.
Well, it's not that they were going to put something different there. It's that it was going to be Villains Land, but the original ideas for Villains Land is going to be like whatever it was. They're going to step it up and do
Interesting.
different things. I don't know. That was the rumors that I was seeing on all the Disney blogs and stuff like that on Twitter a couple weeks ago.
Mm.
So I'm just
Yeah.
wondering if Josh wants to do something different.
Well, the thing is, he was in charge of that in his current role before CEO. He was park experiences and merchandising. So he was in control of that from the beginning.
I don't know. I mean, since COVID, it seems like little things should have been back a long time ago, like or some, done slightly different. Like when you go to the Beauty and the Beast,
Oh, the diner.
the restaurant, like the
Yeah.
Beast is there, but why not have Belle there too? I mean, it seems like
When
such
I
a.
went, I went for the 50th anniversary. They were both walking around.
When was that?
The 50th of Walt Disney World, literally the day of.
No,
And
but when was the 50th anniversary? What year was
it was
that?
post COVID.
Because Belle doesn't show up there, and it used to be. And then, like in Cinderella's castle, I think all the princesses used to come through at night.
Yeah, I heard
Not
that's
I
done.
don't think it's like that anymore.
I
It's
don't
like
think
all
it
those little things.
I don't think it's COVID. I think it's so a big thing Disney's been doing is like limiting and canceling a lot of entertainment and these like cast actors, like face actors and stuff. Like a lot of them have been like getting cut back.
That's what I'm
Shows
saying.
have
It's
been
like,
removed, not so much because of COVID, but because of union.
well, I mean, it's like $170 a ticket
Hmm.
to get into the park, like, and then you got to pay for parking.
How much is parking for you guys?
I think it's $35.
It's 40 here.
I'll look. I'll look next time. I mean, we have an annual pass, so I don't pay it.
Same. But every time I drive by that sign, I go, geez.
Yeah, I'll look. But it's like, they're making boatloads of money. You think you could just do, I mean, does it really cost that much more to have Belle walking around or, the princesses coming through the castle at night? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like those are the little things that could make Disney a lot more special, and they've kind of held back on those things.
I think a big part of it is they try to save it for other stuff, right? Like at least for us at Disneyland, it's like you only get to see the princesses at the like fantasy like theater area. You don't get to see them anywhere else. Like sometimes they roam, or now you got to buy the Princess Night ticket. So that's why I feel like it happens here is for that reason. It's like, oh, now you get to exclusively see them at these after dark events where it's way less crowded because they only
Oh,
sell a
there's
certain
so
amount
much
of
money
tickets.
though.
Yeah. Oh, it's
It's like
100 and
$200.
yeah, I think Star Wars night ranged from 149, nope, 179 to 189.
Yeah, and it's like the Christmas. If you want to
Oh
go at
yeah, the
Christmas
Miss
time, it's
Christmas
like
party.
$200. They only give
Correct.
you
Yeah.
$10 off if you're an annual pass holder. $10.
Oh, okay, we don't get any discount. We just get to buy our tickets early.
That's
Also, the nice thing about your guys is, so I did like the Halloween party at Walt Disney World.
Mhm.
You guys get unlimited soda, water, ice cream. We don't get that. We don't
What do
get
you
any of
get
that.
for $200?
Nothing.
What do you get?
Entrance.
Candy? The free.
No. Oh, at the Oogie Boogie Bash, you get candy,
Yeah.
but it's entrance. That's all you get is entrance here. You don't even get parking with it.
Meanwhile, they could do away with like half of these managers at the top that probably don't do much.
I see
And
them picking up trash all the time.
oh, okay. Well, then demote them to trash picker, and we'll give them the trash picker salary.
Do you know that's like my dream retirement job
Picking up trash at
at
Disney World.
Disneyland? I would love to do it at Disney World. I just want to walk around Disneyland all day and just sweep up trash and like talk to people. I'm like, are you having fun? I would 100% do that. I would love that'd be my dream retirement job.
I don't think you realize how hot it gets in Florida.
Oh, I do. I was there in like September, August, September. OMG. It gets bad.
It's
I know.
horrible. It's like 95 degrees. You would never survive.
Craig, you don't even realize who you're talking to here.
What do you mean?
I've spent time in the Middle East.
Oh. Well, that's not Disneyland.
Oh,
That's at
fair.
130 degrees.
The asphalt is melting under your feet.
No, I've gone to Florida a couple of times when it was really hot. And trust me, I know
But when
Epcot is
you're
the
older,
worst.
you're gonna be like,
Who said
it's
older? I'm retiring next year, sir.
oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were retired. It must be all the Patreon subscribers. In the arms of an angel. Help!
No, don't sing that, Craig. We're gonna get taken down.
Nobody's gonna confuse me singing from Sarah McLachlan.
Well, it's the words though. It's the words. It's copyrighted. We're gonna get taken down from YouTube.
They're never
two
gonna
more
see us again.
stories.
Oh,
There's two
Is
more
anybody
stories.
still listening?
Yeah. There's people still on. There's
Hi,
two more
guys.
stories we can talk about. I know Craig has one about Tamira Morrison. Did you want to talk about that one?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't have it pulled up. But basically saying that he was shelved, and it sounds like Disney didn't like that. That they kind of were like,
They responded to him.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was it that they said?
So we don't know if Disney said these words or it was Tamira's words. They made an allusion to having Boba Fett stuck in a jar currently. He's in the jar.
Yeah,
We
he
can
said
take
like
him out of the jar.
peaches. Where I'm like peaches will come out sweeter. It'll be even sweeter when, or like something like that. But I think they didn't like that.
Yeah.
I think they didn't like that because it was getting a lot of fan support and they weren't thinking of including him and stuff, which to me is ridiculous. He was so good with Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So good.
it's reaction. It's like the Book of Boba Fett didn't do great.
But that
sells
wasn't his fault.
Correct.
It was the writers and the goofy scooter gang and the story that didn't make any sense to his character.
Correct. But then they're like, okay, well, we don't want to use him unless it's something else, right?
It's like they're punishing him and they're not taking responsibility for what the problem really was, and it wasn't him.
Yeah.
And then now they're reacting again to the fans being like, no, we want more of him. We just want him used appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
they need someone at Lucasfilm to have their pulse on the fandom, who's a fan themselves, who they can go to and be like, okay, so
I'm ready
Well,
to
what are
do
the
it.
fans kind of talking about? What are they asking
I'm ready
for?
to do it.
I mean, it's
I mean,
essentially our podcast because sometimes I think we say stuff and then they react to what we say. You know,
Lucasfilm, are you listening?
Josh,
there's one guy,
George,
you hear me?
Dave,
Bring good stuff to Hollywood studios.
Linwin.
Linwin, is that you? Who else do we know there? George? George, is that
George.
you? I met him
George is in his
yesterday.
museum right now.
Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
think? Do you think that a lot of that Disney hires people to listen to the different podcasts and see what they think?
No, I think they work with very specific people who are in the social media fields
Mm-hmm.
to send out the messages they want sent out. I don't think they listen to what's being said. I think they try to control the narrative through certain groups.
We will not be controlled unless. Here's a list of my demands.
Yeah.
What's number one?
The sequel trilogy is erased.
What's the time
Yeah.
marker? Time marker, please.
I said the
121
trilogy. I said the trilogy.
Don't loophole this.
I didn't say that name.
Oh, gosh.
Mm.
Okay, what's your demand, David?
That we be the people that tell them what they need to make.
No, it has to be they make what we tell them to do. We've
That's
already
what I
got the
said.
job. They want us
Well, to listen, to do what we say.
My demand is free
mean,
entrance
I
into
don't-
Disneyland.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many issues. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy, who wasn't a fan, she's gone now. She did make some good choices with like Tony Gilroy and Andor and The Mandalorian, John
Ah,
Favreau.
man.
But
Tony Gilroy was another person who was supposed to be there yesterday. Didn't show.
yeah.
Bummer.
I think he's closed off from Star Wars. I think he's done. He's done.
Agreed.
That was it.
Well, he said it from the beginning. I'm not a Star
Yeah.
Wars. Here's the thing: Tony Gilroy, not a Star Wars fan, and he created something really great, and like didn't have to use Jedi, didn't have to like. I think we talked about the Force one time in the Andor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
with
time.
the healer, that
Yeah.
healer woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was a masterpiece.
Correct.
All right. So the second story, I mentioned it to you guys today. There's a rumor out there. This isn't
It's
totally
not true, David.
confirmed.
I wasn't there. There's no proof.
So it sounds like Dave Filoni has made maybe his first
Oh,
big
yeah.
decision as co-CEO, and that they are essentially canceling, I guess, the last film they promised us at 2023 Europe celebration, which
that about
was
the
the Dawn of the Jedi,
Yeah.
directed by James Mangold
Such a bummer.
and written by Bo Willimon. So if you read all the tea leaves, it makes sense because Bo just got the lead writer for the new Game of Thrones movie that's gonna, I guess, go into production pretty soon. Also, James Mangold has several projects before he can get to a Dawn of the Jedi type film. And it's kind of one of those situations where we're not asking for a Dawn of the Jedi film per se. I don't think anyone asked for that. It's a cool concept, but then again, you think about it. I mean, no lightsabers. They're discovering the Force. I guess that's what's going to happen. It's going to be very like low tech, maybe. I don't know. It's going to take place 10,000 years, 20,000 years in the past. I mean, I don't think it lends itself very well to something as cinematic as we're accustomed to in Star Wars. So, what do you guys think?
To me, that feels like it would have been a great series of like story development, character arcs, things like that. Watching the Force being like tapped into and like Jedi, all of that. That feels like a series, not a movie.
anything could be great if it has the right angle or the right approach.
Right, but they have so much other stuff they can do. I mean,
I think
to me, it
if the
sounds like a
story was
prologue.
interesting about
Yeah.
discovering the Force, I think it could be interesting, but I would want it to feel like somehow like Empire Strikes Back. It's got to have that kind of interesting vibe of Dagobah and the Force, and I don't know if somehow it's like the Force is communicating.
The
You know what I mean?
Wills,
Yeah,
the
something
midi
different,
chlorians.
something unique, something deeper, something. I think it could be interesting
Hmm.
if it's done right. Anything could be interesting.
Right,
I
but
mean, South Park. Look at South Park. Four boys that live in the middle of Colorado. Like, how is that an interesting, hilarious show? Right? Or
Amazing writing,
exactly.
yeah,
Anything
taking
can be
risks.
interesting if the writing is good enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
What's the Seinfeld about? You know, they joke and say about
It's a
nothing,
show about nothing.
but it's
but it's
about
about everything.
it's about tiny observations and how they irritate people in different ways, and you know what I mean.
But
Yeah,
you handed her the big salad. If you're a Seinfeld fan, you'll get it.
Yeah, I love like Larry David. I'm like he's like my hero. I love that guy. He's hilarious.
He is exactly who he is.
Yeah,
On
he is.
everything. That's so funny. Yeah.
So
I don't
anything could
know.
be interesting if it has the right approach. And Star Wars should, I think, continue to explore those kind of things. They did it with Andor and it paid off. What would we rather see? Another Solo kind of movie? Not me.
I liked Solo.
I know you guys did, but I'd rather. I mean, some look at Andor, completely different. We have a spy movie with a slow build up and
yeah. I mean,
intense, but it's not about Jedi. It's not about the Force, and still, it's incredible. So
yeah.
it could be done.
I agree with everything you say, Craig. But I mean, we want Star Wars. We don't want them discovering the Force with no lightsabers. I don't think we want that.
But
We
why
want
not?
we
If
want
it's done right, it
lightsabers.
could be good.
We want Force users. We want Jedi. We want Sith. We want them fighting. We want space battles. I mean, you
But
want to start out in
but
ground
hang on a
zero.
minute. Hang on. Let's look at A New Hope. They basically, you as the viewer are discovering the Force, right? And
Yeah, we're
lightsabers.
discovering the Force is already there. You
Exactly.
got Ben Kenobi
But
and
Luke is kind of discovering it for the first time, and how great was that?
right, well, I mean, we
So,
had to. They had to do it like that because there's no other film before this, and
well,
this
I
was kind of
understand, but I'm just saying if they take a unique perspective or thinking deeper about it, it could be interesting. It would have to. It would take a really good writer, but I think it could be done.
This
If
is
it's
why I
like
feel
an
like it'd be a
average
good
writer,
series.
no, it's not going to be good. But if you have a
yeah.
really, really good writer, they could come up with something.
This is why I feel like it'd be a good series, right? It's like you're not going to get these big action sequences and space and battles and things like that. You're not going to get lightsabers. You're not going to get the force, like force powers and stuff. So it's like you need really good character development and you need really good story. And you can only get that in a series. A movie is not long enough for you to get to like to connect with these characters that are not showing you these big moments.
I
Like
think they
there's only
need to.
one big moment. It's
I think they
discovering the
need to
force.
look at very unique kind of writers to put a very unique kind of spin on things. Like, just a crazy thought. Like the writers, people that write like Black Mirror, like
Oh yeah.
they write different kind of stuff. What would their take on Star Wars be? Right? You know, like different kind of writers, not your average writer who writes, you know, the sitcom with the same structure.
Well, I think that's a different conversation. That's not Dawn of the Jedi. To me, I'm just talking about Dawn of the Jedi. To me, it's a hard sell. If there's no lightsabers, if it's very small, like Star Wars right now doesn't have the goodwill. They don't have I mean the fan credit, as of this point. They need to come out with something that can be absorbed by all
But,
quadrants of audience right now.
okay,
We're
And
but
over
we
here
got
concerned about this movie that
yeah,
has a lot of background information and characters we've already all fell in love with and
yeah.
stuff, and we're worried about this movie.
Right, but it's a unique situation because everyone's seen, and a lot of people that are negative about it have seen the shows, and season 3 give them a bad taste in their mouth, and they're just like, well, what else are we going to cover now? I mean, we've done 3 seasons. I think that's people's mentality about this. And it seems like Starfighter has a lot of like excitement behind it, and
Because the people creating it are excited about it.
yeah, they're exciting. Sean Levy, who did Deadpool, Wolverine, and Stranger Things, and
Tom Cruise showing up, directing a
yeah,
scene.
yep, the lightsaber
Even
fight in the water.
I was about to say, even that movie has a lightsaber in it. Don't know
Yeah,
what's going to happen to that lightsaber, but it's in there.
yeah. I mean, you got to get to a really good place in Star Wars to do something like a Dawn of the Jedi. I think.
I don't know.
It's-
I think that if they had the right kind of writers, it could be really cool. But it just depends. I mean, think about it. We had tons of lightsabers in Acolyte, and people hate it.
Loved it. I don't think people hated the Acolyte. I think people hated a very specific
People
thing
hated
about
the Acolyte.
They hated
I
a very
think
specific thing about the Acolyte.
that show was just structured way wrong. And
Really?
apparently, Leslie Headland was told that she's going to get a season 2 no matter what. That's why she backloaded it with Yoda and Plagueis at the end, and the lightsaber fighting was great with Carrie Ann Moss, but they should have continued it with the Stranger. It should have been lightsaber stuff throughout that whole show, because that's what Star Wars is.
I thought the Stranger was one of the greatest characters we got in the last
Yeah,
2 years.
I agree.
I
but
liked him a lot
people
too.
tuned out. Yeah.
In
People
fact,
tuned
I
out and
think
looked
he
at all
should
the
have
other
been
stuff.
central character of the show. I didn't care for May or Osha that much.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt most people had the issue with that show. Was May and Osha and like their story, like
Uh,
her
yeah.
bleeding the saber the way she did, the back and forth between the kid actors and stuff. Like, I think that part of it was the issue, not so much overall. Like, I think the struggle within the Jedi Order was really cool. Being able to see that, because it answers this big question of like, how did they not know all this was happening? Well, guess what? They did know. They just chose to ignore it, right? And stuff. I thought The Stranger was really great. I thought that show was pretty
I
well
did too.
written. I
I
thought
thought it
like
was great.
the dialogue was great.
And it was
I
like who and it was weird because it was like, who is he really?
Yeah.
Is he a raging psychopath like Palpatine and he just disguises it with this fumbling and bumbling? Like,
Yeah.
who is he really? You don't know.
Well, we
I
found
even
out.
I even
Huh?
enjoyed the different aspect of seeing the Force through a different lens. What do these people call the Force? How do they tap into it? They called it the thread
Yeah.
and
Thought
stuff.
that was
I
really
thought
cool
that
storytelling.
exactly. So I think, and the thing was, I think the Acolyte, after it got all that backlash, people were not watching it, et cetera, et cetera. Once it was fully out, didn't it become one of the most watched shows on
It
Disney
was the
Plus
number
at one
one show on
point?
Disney Plus for a little while. Yeah.
But if it was that popular, they would have made a season 2.
They reacted too quickly. They said, "Oh, nobody's watching this. It's getting bad reviews. Let's just end it." Like they also like these series are really expensive to make. If you think about it, it's like 3 movies.
It didn't make sense how expensive the Acolyte was.
I thought so
Everyone was
too,
asking,
David.
huh?
It was
I agree with you.
they
It was
used
like,
too
where
many
did the
big
money
names.
go? I mean, there
It
wasn't big
was
set
all on
pieces
script.
in space or anything.
It was the people on that in that lineup.
Yeah.
Carrie
It
Ann Moss
was-
ain't cheap.
Well,
But she was
yeah,
in like
but I mean,
2
she's not
episodes.
$200 million either.
Well, the guy who plays Soul, I'm sure he was very costly as well.
He was really good. I really liked his character.
He was. I thought he was great. I feel
Yeah.
so bad I can't remember his name because he was in something else recently too. That was really
Lee
big.
Jung Jae, right? That's
Yeah.
his name.
He's
I wasn't a big fan of the witches. And apparently that one survived. The one with the
The-
horns, like Darth Maul, survived.
Did we ever? I don't think it was ever confirmed if she was the same species, right? As
I think she is.
You're not talking about Daphne Keene's character, are you?
No. Though the two mothers that they were like,
Oh, yeah, I don't even remember anymore.
she survived. They said she survived.
she didn't go looking for her kids that she was so hell bent on keeping. Also,
don't
that
know,
was
but-
another part of that was thought was so great. Jedi out here just stealing kids.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
How contemporary.
Let's not make it political.
Oh my god, I didn't say that. But I thought that was so interesting because we all as a kid, I was like, the Jedi are the good guys and stuff. And I think like even in the Obi-Wan series, I thought they tapped into that kind of well too. When little Leia asks him, like, do you have like family? And he goes, I remember having a brother and stuff. You know, even Obi-Wan was taken when he was so small, but he remembers his family.
Yeah, I have to say that would be extremely traumatic.
Yeah.
Extremely traumatic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love The Acolyte. People can hate on it all they want. I thought it had everything I really wanted in a show. I just had like one qualm, and that was it. But can't have it all. It's okay.
Which is why it was so odd for me that Luke would want Grogu to forego attachments after he himself, it was his attachments to his friends and family that helped him. Why would he want Grogu to forego it? It was like,
I think that's
odd to me.
I think that's them trying to fill in that Luke started to change. Like it was that the first moment where he started something's happened, he's tapping into this like higher part of the being a Jedi where it's like, no, you can't have attachments because it can get used against you and then you can't focus on your real purpose as a Jedi. And that's step one that leads him down this path of where he gets to the point where he's gonna try to kill his nephew. You know, like is that the beginning where you get that first glimpse of him going down that path?
That had to be the biggest fumble in movie history, honest to God.
Not him dying by getting tired?
Well, that was bad too, but that's even, it's worse. It completely goes against his character to go and that he would kill his nephew in his sleep. That's literally what Palpatine did. It's literally what Palpatine did. It's insane.
You live long enough to become the villain of your own story.
I don't think that's always true.
Well.
Didn't happen
And on
to
that
Yoda.
note,
Words of wisdom to end the podcast.
thank you everyone out there for listening, for watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Quite a few people watch us on Instagram. It's kind of interesting.
Hi.
And there are some comments on Instagram here. I'm going to read a few of them here.
What is this show?
Let me find the best ones to read. Yeah,
What's
Chris,
happening here?
what is this?
Who are
Chris,
these people?
Chris says,
How do I get this off my feed?
What's Star Wars?
My
Chris says,
Instagram is broken.
yeah, the.chris.atx, who married
Hi,
my
Chris.
says, with Florida, it's not just the heat, it's the humidity.
It's okay. I have good hair product. I'll be fine. I just want to sweep the floor, people. Let me just sweep.
Chris says, plus they went on location for everything, no volume used at all. And then Chris says, hey, he almost killed his father. So
No,
Who are
he
we
did
talking
not.
about?
No, he did not.
Oh.
and Chris says, hello, we're finally reading his comments.
Is that it? Chris is the only one watching on Instagram.
Chris,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still happening, but I hope it is. Chris is supposed to be here in California for Star Wars night. Even though he said he might not come, I'm still going to pretend like he's going to be here. And we're
I'll
going
take
to
his
hang
ticket.
out.
I'll go.
There it is, Chris. If you can't go,
You know,
David
I
has
think
to
hanging
go.
out with Mary at Disneyland would be pretty fun.
It is.
'Cause she
I will
knows
be
the
your
ropes,
personal tour guide. I will be your
knows where to
personal
go,
tour guide.
knows
Do you
all
need
the
to go to
people
the
there.
bathroom? Because I know where all the bathrooms are.
Oh, wow.
I can
I
just,
need you to
I know
find
how
me
to point.
George Lucas.
He was at the Saturn Awards. So I can tell you this. He's flying from San Francisco down to here, up to San Francisco and back because he's building a museum. So I bet you if you go hang out at the Lucasfilm Museum, you'll probably catch him.
Yeah.
Probably has his own plane.
I'm sure he does.
Does the museum have like a helipad on the top where you can just like leave? You can do
I
a
don't
speech, then
think
just
so.
leave, go up the escalator.
The nice thing about LA is you can get in a car and you can disappear very quickly in the sea of all the other cars that look exactly the same.
Yeah, that is true.
So he doesn't need it.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to us talk about Star Wars, all our opinions, our thoughts. From Mary, Craig 5, my name is David. Find us on all the socials. If you're confused, just type in Star Wars stuff. You'll find us. May the Force be with you.
Always. Pew, pew, pew.
This is the way.
I have spoken.
Craig is sleepy.
No, he's got allergies.
He was crying before the podcast.
Because Luke tried to kill his nephew.
I agree.
Time marker, please.
141:41. Till next time.